Indoor pollutants can make your family sick. Call Gary Ricks and get your air fixed. Have COPD, headaches, asthma, or allergies? Poor indoor air quality could be to blame. Did you know it's inexpensive and easy to monitor your indoor air quality? Protect your family's health. Call Gary Ricks Services and get an indoor air monitoring device. Indoor air quality or indoor air pollutants. Call Gary Ricks, get indoor air solutions.
News Talk 610 AM, 102.1 FM, KVNU.
It's time for the Garden Guide with your host, Mark Anderson from Anderson Seed and Garden.
New research suggests that people are more likely to eat vegetables if they have a tempting name.
What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
From gardening to landscaping.
Today we are going to try and create garden eyebrows. Kind of like the flowers are sprouting directly from your hair. That makes sense.
Phone lines are open at 753-KVNU or 800-369-KVNU.
Kind of like eating vegetables.
It's the Garden Guide, now on KVNU 610 AM and 102 FM.
And we welcome you to the show on a beautiful Saturday morning. Few clouds this morning. Those are going to clear up, and we are looking at mostly sunny skies for this weekend as temperatures going to be back up into the high 60s, low 70s. This is perfect weather to be getting outside. We have Mark Anderson of Anderson Seed and Garden joining us in the studio on this Saturday morning, along with a guest, Daniel from Fertilome. We'll be talking about Fertilome products and other ways to take care of your garden with some of their products coming up on the show this morning. I'm Will Feelwright, and it's great to have you along, Mark, as it's a busy weekend at Anderson Seed.
Busy weekend at Anderson Seed with our spring open house going on. So we had the open house started yesterday, and lots of people in to see us. It was a great day. Yeah. It was really nice, and it should be even warmer and nicer today. So broke the
perfect weather.
Broke the shorts out this morning. So.
Did you? Yeah, I have to say,
wishful thinking. Yeah, wishful
being
thinking.
out in the greenhouse yesterday afternoon, it was warm.
It was warm. Yeah, it was warm. It was
really
warm,
nice.
Warm and nice. So it smelled like spring in the greenhouse. It felt like spring in the greenhouse. And with everybody running around excited about all the promos and the specials we've got going on, it really did kind of appear like spring in the greenhouses. So we've got some great deals going on plants. So we've got 10-inch hanging baskets that are usually $29. They're on sale for $19. So $10 off on those. We've got a whole bunch of large gallon-sized tomatoes in. We've got geraniums on sale. They're usually $4 1/4. We've got them on sale for $1.79. We have our jumbo pack strawberries 50% off. Herbs are $2 off for 4-inch herbs, and just a lot of different things going on. We've got soil on sale. We've got garden hats on sale. We have Ames tools on sale, soaker hoses, all kinds of different things, and some great products from Fertilome and Hi-Yield. We have some special pricing on as well too. So a lot of great sales and specials happening at Anderson's today. Yeah, today. So the sale will not last until Monday. We got other stuff going next week.
Yeah.
It's
a busy weekend.
Other exciting things next week. So next week, we have a compost tea party on the 26th. We're going to kick off compost tea season. And so that's going to be on Friday the 26th. And if you haven't got your gallon containers or your 2.5-gallon containers, you can pick those up early and then start filling next Friday. I'm working on getting the root beer going. So we have root beer and compost tea.
Kick it off. Just make sure which one you're drinking.
Yeah, exactly. So we're working on that. So hopefully by next weekend, we'll have that figured out. But compost tea party on Friday the 26th. And if you've never used the compost tea, it's pretty amazing. So it just kind of jumpstarts your soil. It's got lots of microbes and microorganisms in it. It's got a great balance of fertilizers and then lots of mycorrhiza to allow the plants to pick up and utilize all that nutrient. So it cleans your soil, gets your soil ready to go, feeds your soil so your soil can in turn feed your plants, makes your plants really healthy. And everybody who uses the compost tea, they love it.
Yeah,
they just come back for more. So compost tea party on the 26th, and then it's our planting event on Saturday. So if you haven't signed up yet for a planting event, all of our reservations are getting really close to being full. So it's probably better if you call into the store to get a reservation for next Saturday if you want to participate in the planting event. So during our planting event, what we do is we allow our customers who make reservations to come in, and you bring your pots. It's limited to 4 or 5 pots, and we're not talking, bring your cattle feeder.
Not the big 15-gallon.
Yeah. So we don't, bring your pots in, pick out the flowers. I'll have some people helping people plan. We'll have some samples of what some planters could look like, or if you want to plant hanging baskets, then you come in and you pick out the flowers that you want, bring it to the planting tables, and then we will plant them up for free for you. That includes the soil. If you need bark down the bottom, we'll charge you a little bit for bark just to kind of take up some space and to allow for drainage. We've got some fertilizers we can apply in there. We'll charge for that, but it's free planting, so free labor, and we'll provide the potting soil for you, and it's really a fun event. But we are getting almost full, and so if you would like to participate, it's next weekend, next Saturday, the 27th, from 11 until 5. So we have reservations, we have appointments all throughout those hours, and if you want to sign up, you'll probably want to call into the store, and we'll try and find a spot that would work for you and work you in with all the planters that we've got going on. I think we've got 5 or 6 planting tables, so we have 5 or 6 reservations every 20 minutes throughout the day. So we've got lots available, but we will max out at some point. Yeah, where we just can't do anymore. And then after that, like the next weekend, we're going to do our Mother's Day scavenger hunt.
I was going to say it's going to be Mother's Day before
coming
we know
up.
it.
Yeah, it's coming up. So with our Mother's Day scavenger hunt, it starts on May 3rd. And we'll go through May 4th. So we're given 2 days for people to complete that. And this is an event that we do occasionally throughout the year. So we did one for Easter, but we decided we'd do one for Mother's Day as well too. And you start at the Arch there on Center Street, and you go around downtown, and it's not just on Center Street; it's through downtown. So it's gonna take you a little while to complete the scavenger hunt. So don't come down expecting to finish it in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, no, that's not going to happen. It's going to be probably an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how many kids you have and how much fun you're having. Yeah, but you got the clues are really clever, and there's some little trivia involved and some work on your end to try and figure out the clues so you can get to the next location where you'll get your next clue. But if you finish the scavenger hunt within those 2 days, you will be entered into a drawing, and you could win our grand prize, which is about a $900 gift basket, and it's got prizes from all the businesses that are participating in the scavenger hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a whole bunch of businesses participating. So it's a $900 value. It's for Mother's Day. The whole idea is that you do it with mom.
Yes.
So the more fun you'll have if you do it with mom. But I can't give away which businesses are participating because then
that gives
I'll give away the scavenger
clues.
hunt. Yeah, so there's a lot of great businesses participating downtown, and it should be a really fun time. But plan on spending an hour to an hour and a half. Yeah. Plan on it. And there's some great places to eat there on Center Street and downtown. There's a lot of great businesses to go in and frequent and see what's going on. And that's the whole idea, is just to help you get feel for what's happening downtown, and there's some great opportunities for that. But it's a $900 gift package that we'll be giving away for one lucky winner who completes the scavenger hunt. Okay. So so it should be a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah, lots and lots of fun.
So next few weekends going to be very busy, and we want to talk about this weekend with the spring open house because number of sales and discounts that are throughout the store, really. I was walking around, and one we mentioned yesterday as we were finishing up our open house live remote is you've got a special on pansies and primroses and other pony packs.
Yes, we do. So the primroses, the 4-inch primroses, normally are $4. Actually, $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 for a 4-inch, and we've got them on sale for $2. So it's $3 off, and there's some really great looking colors and some nice looking plants. So $2 for a 4-inch primrose, and then our pansies are usually $32 for a flat, and we were doing them on sale for $16 for a flat, and we decided to knock the price down even a little bit more, and so we're doing $14 for a full flat of pansies. It's 48 plants, and with the pansies, they'll do great right now while it's cool, and as it starts to get hotter, usually by the end of May, we'll take those and we'll plant those in a really shady location, so you can get some color out of them for the next month and a half, and then end of May, transplant those to a really shady spot. They'll continue to bloom throughout the summer, and you replace them with your sun-loving annuals. Yeah, we'll replace them with something else. So for $14, you can get a full flat of pansies at Anderson's this weekend.
Okay.
So, yeah, some really great deals.
All right.
Thanks for the reminder on that.
And the phone lines are open. If you have a question for Mark, if you want to talk about what plants that you could put out in the garden, we realize we're probably still going to have a few more mornings of frost. And so you definitely don't want to be putting out those tomatoes just yet unless you put up a wall of water around them, aquadome.
Yep.
That would actually work great.
Yeah.
But some other plants you can definitely put in right now.
Yeah, for sure.
They have no problem. 753-5868 is the phone number. 1-800-369-5868 is the toll-free number if you have a question, comment for Mark. And let's introduce our guest.
Yeah. Daniel, thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It was awesome to have you at the store yesterday, answering questions, helping people. And it's not just you have got there from Fertilome, but we've got our BFG representatives too.
Got a crew, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really nice. So they're just running around helping as many people as possible. So Tiffany will be there, and John, and Doug. And Doug, yes, and Doug. I did not want to forget. I did not want to forget Doug. So such great support from our vendors and from our distributors to come and help us for our open house.
Absolutely. Thank you
for
having
awesome.
us.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I've got my giant pumpkins started them last Friday, and they are growing like weeds. They're going like crazy, and so I'm going to end up putting them outside. But one of the very, very best products for my giant pumpkins that I'm going to use this year, and I use it on my tomatoes as well too, is the new Fungicide 5. Mm-hmm. It's like one of the coolest new products that's out there, and I'm so excited that Fertilome has it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody's used to that BT for killing worms and caterpillars, but now you've got the BA for beneficial bacteria. It's excellent product.
A biofungicide, which is all natural, but it's a good bacteria, beneficial bacteria instead of a bad bacteria.
Yeah. You get prevention as well as treatment. So best of both worlds.
Powdery mildew. So I'm planning on probably at least once a week I'll be using that on my giant pumpkins because the powdery mildew can really shut them down and stop their growth. So great for powdery mildew on squashes, melons, cucumbers. I use it on my tomatoes and also on my potatoes that pick up verticillium and fusarium and early and late blight from the soil.
That's right.
And it works as well in the soil, maybe even better than it does on the plant.
Yep. Works wherever you put it. So,
and it's an awesome product. Well, what I usually tell my customers is before we started using the Fungicide 5, my dad would plant 30 tomato plants to make sure he had 20.
That's right.
Because he'd always lose 5 or 10 somewhere in there to either early or late blight or verticillium. Mm-hmm. Plants would just be looking great, then all of a sudden they'd just keel over dead. And once we started using the Fungicide 5, and I'll do it right when I plant, and then I'll water them with it about every 2 weeks throughout the summer until they really start setting fruit. And then I kind of stop doing it in the soil, but I'll still treat the plant because it helps with like bacterial speck and other diseases that affect the fruit as well too. But it has basically made it so if we plant 30 plants, I get 30 plants that produce.
That's right.
Yeah.
Between the Fungicide 5 and calcium nitrate preventing blossom end rot.
The calcium nitrate too,
Just all these problems that people would deal with when they would come along. It's like, no, we can prevent those problems now. So
I'm glad you mentioned the calcium nitrate because we have so many people that do have blossom end rot on their tomatoes. And if they'll use that right when they're planting.
That's right.
You just don't have the problem.
Get it down early, put it down a couple of times throughout the season, and prevent those problems that you fought year after year after year.
And it's really easy. It's like, a teaspoon per plant right when you're planting, and then again like 2 weeks later.
That's it.
And that's just like takes care of it for your plant for the whole year.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, excellent products.
It doesn't get any easier than that.
That's right. That's right. and like I said, everybody fights them year after year, not realizing that they can prevent.
Yeah.
And it's you come into Anderson's, talk to them, let them know what issues you've had, and there might be prevention for it.
Right.
So.
The calcium nitrate is really inexpensive when it comes down to it, because a 4-pound bag, I think it runs like, it's like right around $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right around $10. And at a teaspoon per plant, we're probably talking, 100 tomato plants you can treat with it, maybe even more. Oh. But so effective at controlling the blossom end rot, and every year. That never fails. Every year, I have multiple people that are coming in. It's like, oh, I've got blossom end rot on my tomatoes. I had some last year too because I didn't use my calcium nitrate.
Yeah, it's easy to get it.
Yeah,
and everybody knows, it's a lack of calcium in the plant. And they think, I'm throwing those eggshells out there, and doing whatever. They don't realize you've got to put it in a form that's available to that plant, and having it tied to having the calcium tied to nitrogen, it does the trick.
Right,
prevents that problem. It's it's a no-brainer now.
Yeah, absolutely. So between the fungicide 5 working on the diseases and the calcium nitrate working on the blossom end rot, plus the nitrogen in there just makes them grow like crazy too. Makes your tomatoes go crazy. Yep. Yeah, we like crazy tomatoes. So.
And we want you to be successful.
Did you get your tomatoes planted yet?
Did not put in the tomatoes yet. No.
God, you're behind the game.
Yeah. I got the garden all tilled up last weekend, and then looked at it and thought, I'm going to still wait a couple more weeks because we know it is mid-April. So
it is, and I started my tomato seedlings inside 3 weeks ago now, and I had to transplant them this week because they were too big for their little peat pellets.
Big for the
cups.
I
had to put them into 4-inch, so they're going to be ready to go just after Mother's Day. They'll be just like perfect. Yeah. So lots of plants at Anderson. So in the greenhouses, we've got tomatoes. We brought peppers in. We've got all your early crops. We've got peas, spinach, lettuce, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, kohlrabi. We got a whole bunch of plants that could go outside right now. Tomatoes and peppers, they're definitely going to need some protection, or else they're going to be really sad. What was it? 25 this week? Yeah. Yep. Thursday morning.
20. We dropped to 25, 26.
Yeah. On Thursday morning. So that's pretty chilly. Yeah. You said it's kind of cold in Denver today too.
It is. We've got some snow on the ground.
Yeah. Still snow.
It snowed last night. Yeah. We've had some warm weather just like you guys, but we all got to remember, if you plant early, you plant often. Yeah. So protect what you put out there if you can.
That is exactly right. Exactly right. So moving on, grass. We've got so many people coming in right now that have grass in their raspberries, or they're in their strawberries, or their asparagus, or their ground covers, and it's just spreading all over the place.
I think probably every other customer I talked to yesterday, that was their problem, was grass in their flower beds. So.
And I did have somebody in yesterday that had purchased the over the top, and that's like our grass killer. So it kills grass. I usually tell people, if you spray it on your lawn, kill your grass, leave your dandelions.
That's right. It'll accent those dandelions great.
Yeah, it makes them stand out. If you want a complete clover lawn, this is a good way to do it. But it's really intended to use in the flower beds.
That's right.
And the vegetables.
That's right.
And he'd got some about a week and a half, maybe at the most 2 weeks ago, and he was concerned it wasn't working yet.
Yeah, you got to manage those expectations. It's real easy to kill everything. It's a little more difficult to kill one thing and not another. And then grass is just
very selective.
They don't show signs of death until the root zone's dying. So be patient.
Yeah.
Spray that on there and don't touch it. We don't want you, pulling it or, weeding it down or anything like that. Spray it, let it sit, let it do its thing.
Until it really looks like it's dying.
That's right.
Yeah. Then you pull it out, it has no root system left on it.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah. But give it a good week to 2 weeks.
Amazing product, the Fertilome over the top. And he was struggling because it wasn't working yet. And I was like, it's been really cold. And we had some big storms last week, and it's finally starting to warm up again. So during the time that he sprayed, it just hasn't really had a lot of chance to metabolize and do its thing. And I will usually tell people, go home and spray, wait a week, go back and spray again. Make sure you use a surfactant with it. You got to use either the spreader sticker or the herbicide enhancer with it, but make sure you mix those two together. Spray weekly for 2 to 3 weeks, and if by the second week, the end of the second week, it's not dying, hit it one more time, and then in a week it'll be dead.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's a 2 to 3 application, 2 to 3 week, and then you'll start to see the results.
And I know yesterday, one of the customers that came in, they had grass in their daylilies.
Yeah.
And I was letting them know you can spray this over your daylilies and your irises.
Even though they look like grasses.
That's it. That's it. But not your corn.
Yeah. Don't use it on corn.
Don't get it on corn. That's right.
Because corn is a grass.
Yeah.
And it will totally kill your corn.
Yeah. But awesome product.
Saves so much work. When you think about how long it would take to like pull a grass out of your raspberries or ground covers, you just can't get it out.
Mm-hmm. Rose beds, all of that. Yeah.
So by using the over the top, it'll selectively kill that grass and leave all your other plants, keep them looking good.
Yep.
So very nice. Very, very nice. And you said your raspberries were looking really good.
Yeah. In fact, one of the things I was going to mention, last year when we were doing the open house, Daniel, you were telling me about the fruit tree food from Fertilome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd always used the good old stakes, the tree stakes, and we'd put those
spikes
out, and we'd try them and then water them in, and we'd always have this little green patch of grass right around those tree stakes, and I kept wondering, is it really doing a lot of good? And so last year we decided to change it up and went with the fruit tree food from Fertilome.
Mm-hmm.
Our fruit trees, our raspberries, we mixed it in with some fertilizer and put it out over our raspberries, and they have not been this productive in years.
Yeah. Those new granules, I mean, they do a really good job of working their way down in the soil. You don't have to hammer that spike down in the ground anymore. The tree and shrub food does a great job of working its way down. The fruit, citrus, pecan food, same thing.
It's actually one of our very best-selling products.
Yeah.
And I know it's one of Fertilome's very best-selling products around the country as well, too, because it's a slow release. It's got all the micronutrients in there, has a soil penetrant to get that fertilizer down into the root zone, allow the plants to pick it up. I had somebody in the other day, and they're like, I really want to feed my trees, but then they had some problems in their lawn as well, too. And I was like, well, use it for your trees and shrubs, but, it's okay to use it on your lawn as well too.
Your lawn's not going to dispute.
They're like, well, my lawn's really small. It's only like 800 square feet, and I was like, 4-pound bag, perfect. It's going to cover 1,000 square feet. It's like, this is just the right amount for you, and you got a little bit left for your shrubs, and they were super excited.
Yeah, and like you said, you get more than just the NPK. You get that manganese and zinc and boron. Those other things the plants need that you don't realize. So it's a complete meal.
And it's a lot easier to apply than those tree stakes.
Yeah.
You just throw it in the spreader and you're done in 5 minutes.
Yep. You don't need a hammer, and you don't need to crawl around on your hands and knees and just tap those suckers in. You just throw it in your spreader and just broadcast it out.
You still have the fertilizer spikes if you like to do that.
We do,
but there are newer things that we can do now, and I'm glad you had good results. That's great.
It has worked fabulously. So definitely one that I recommend if you're wanting to really perk up your raspberries, any sort of plants, trees. Boy, that is the way to go.
The long duration is really nice. Where you can just do it once and just kind of be done for the season.
Well, it
just makes it so much better.
like we talked before with raspberries, you can't get it really out there and till up the soil.
Right.
And so by just spreading that out over the top, watering it down gets into the root system, and it's a great way to go.
Yep, really great product. One of my other favorite long-lasting products is the tree and shrub drench from Fertilome, and now is prime time for getting that on.
I did mine April 15th. I do every year.
Just a couple days. So you got it on your calendar?
Every year I do it on tax day.
April 15th.
That's how I celebrate. I get out there, and I do a couple of things to my ash trees, but the tree and shrub drench, that's April 15th every year.
Every year.
I love that you say tax day, because at Anderson's we have a snack tax. So when the employees are coming in and using my office all the time, then it's like, all right, I'm imposing the snack tax.
Tax.
So there's like too many people in my office. I'm not getting anything done. If you're going to stay in here, you got to be quiet, and I need a treat.
So that explains the plate of brownies that you had in your office.
No, that was my sister that brought those in. Yeah, so it was really thoughtful. So she brought them, but they disappeared really fast. I only got like two.
I think I had a few, and Daniel had a few. And
everybody was like nibbling on it. So snack tax. But the tree and shrub drench, amazing product.
Year-long prevention, chewing and sucking insects. You put it down. You don't have to think about it again until next year. April 15th if you stick to my schedule. So
great way to remember.
If you have shade trees or flowering trees that consistently are plagued by aphids.
That's right.
This is your go-to product.
That's right. Does a great job against aphids.
We're just going to do one application sometime in late March through April, even in May is fine.
Yeah.
And we found that it moves about a foot a day through the tree. So trees and shrubs, if your tree's 15 feet tall, it's going to take 15 days to get up to the top. And at this point, aphids probably are not going to show up till mid to late May. And so perfect time. Perfect time to get this on. As the root system picks it up, it'll just run it all the way through the tree, get out there on the tips where all the new growth is coming out, and anybody that comes and nibbles on that tree or sucks sap out of it.
Takes care of the problem before you even know there's an issue.
Yeah, borer, works great on borer, works great on scale, works great on aphids, leaf hoppers, anybody that's pulling that sap out of the leaves.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
but not against mites.
No,
that's a common misconception. Yeah. So if you're having issues with spider mites, you need to get something else, probably an oil. But yeah, chewing and sucking insects does a great job. The
spinosad soap's awesome for spider mites.
It is.
That's really my go-to in the garden.
Same.
Between the repellent and the spinosad soap, I can use two totally natural products that are as safe as you can get.
That's right.
Like the safest products you could possibly use, but they are super effective on the insects I'm trying to target.
Sometimes I feel bad because people, they're throwing questions at me, and I sound like a broken record. I keep going back to spinosad soap, and I don't mean to keep saying the same product, but it does such a good job against so many things. And then those insects that get inside the leaf or inside the bud does such a good job at treating those. And it's not a systemic, but it is a translaminate, so it gets inside that leaf layer. So. Awesome product.
Leaf miners. There's nothing else out there. If it just work on grasshoppers,
you know what? That's the only thing I have to switch to another product.
It would just work on grasshoppers. Dang it! So that's how it works. So we're going to probably take a little break here at the bottom of the hour. We would love to have you join our conversation here on the Garden Guide. 753-5868 753-KVNU. Give us a call. We'll get you on the show. It is spring open house at Anderson Seed and Garden. We got tons of things going on and so many great things on sale. I have Daniel there to answer questions. We have a lot of our other sales reps there to answer questions. A lot of specials, a lot of sales, and of course, I will be there as well too. So be happy to answer your questions as well. So we're going to take a little break.
We will, and we'll be right back. Phone lines are open, 753-5868, 1-800-369-5868 for the Garden Guide. Back in just a minute.
9 Walter, KBNU News. A 21-year-old Logan man has admitted to sexually assaulting a coworker in a church parking lot on Valentine's Day. Jarek Anthony Lindholm has been in the Cache County Jail since being arrested February 22nd after being questioned by police. Lindholm participated in a pretrial conference on Monday, April 15th, in Logan's 1st District Court. He pleaded guilty to sexual battery amended to a second-degree felony. Defense attorney Cameron Cox explained that in exchange for Lindholm's plea, prosecutors dismissed 2 remaining charges and will not ask for any prison time at sentencing. According to prosecutors, a woman called the Logan City Police Department explaining how Lindholm had threatened to physically hurt his wife and adopted daughter if she did not have sex with him. The woman later explained how she had never met the defendant's family face to face. The victim said Lindholm had told her that he was often possessed by a mythical demon. She would also receive text messages, occasionally from the man's supposed wife and child, but they were always from Jarek's phone number. Lindholm is being held without bail. He is scheduled to be sentenced on June 3rd. A man died at a hospital after getting struck by a TRAX train in South Salt Lake Thursday night. UTA spokesman Carl Arkey said a man in his mid to late 20s was struck by a northbound Blue Line train just after it left the Mill Creek station. Just around 8:40 p.m., it is unknown why the man was on the tracks. No one on the train was injured. The death is being investigated. Mostly sunny on Saturday, mid-60s, sunny into the low 70s on Sunday, around 65 on Monday. Get more news at CacheValleyDaily.com.
from ABC Sports. I'm Mark Remillard. The Pelicans are moving on, downing the Kings last night in the West play-in finale.
The inbound to Brandon Ingram, and the final seconds will melt off. The Pelicans face Sacramento 6 times this year. They beat them all 6 times, and they end a 6-game home losing streak to reach the postseason.
The final call on ESPN, 105-98 the final score. They move on to face top-seeded OKC in the opening round of the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Heat will move on to face the Celtics in the first round after blowing out the Bulls 112-91. Tyler Hero led all scorers with 24 points. Miami head coach Eric Spoelstra after the game praising the guard's performance.
Tyler's a competitor. He's always going to bring a great mindset, to the game, and I think that's part of competition. Sometimes things go your way, sometimes they don't. How you respond to it, how do you keep on showing up the next day and to the next opponent, the next challenge. I think that's what makes or breaks people in this league.
The first round begins today with 4 games. The Magic at the Cavs, Suns at the Timberwolves, and Knicks hosting the Sixers. All of those back-to-back on ESPN. The night concluding with the reigning champ Nuggets hosting the Lakers on ABC. Shifting to baseball, a career night for Braves catcher Travis d'Arnaud.
2-1 pitch. He swings and booms one. Deep center field to the wall. Fire in the hole. It's a grand slam. Travis d'Arnaud having the night of his life.
On 680 The Fan, d'Arnaud's third homer of the night, a grand slam. The Braves beat the Rangers 8-3. Elsewhere, the Mets down the Dodgers 9-4. The Diamondbacks bashed the Giants 17-1. The Yankees over the Rays 5-3, and the Royals defeated the Orioles 9-4. I'm Mark Remillard, ABC Sports.
My doctor told
Water getting inside your home? Driveway cracking? Your deck need cleaning or sealing? Hey, Gary Sullivan here from At Home with Gary Sullivan. I can help you with those home improvement projects each weekend right here. In fact, we'll take your calls about your home issues and give you solutions. We'll tell you how to fix it, what to use, and where to get it. We'll also have expert guests to help you with your projects. Hope you can join us this weekend right here on At Home with Gary Sullivan.
Saturday nights at 7 on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM at 610 AM. From gardening to landscaping, The Garden Guide with Mark Anderson from Anderson Seed and Garden on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102.1 FM.
And welcome back. KVNU News Time is now 8:36. You're listening to The Garden Guide here on KVNU with Mark Anderson of Anderson Seed and Garden. Also Daniel from RPG, Fertilome Hi-Yield. Join us in the studio, taking your calls, your questions, your comments about all things lawn, garden, fertilizers.
Yeah. And all the excitement happening at Anderson's.
For this weekend.
Yes. So this weekend, open house, lots of great products on sale, lots of promos. We've got plants on sale, our hanging baskets. We've got 10-inch hanging baskets that are usually $29. We're selling those for $19. We've got herbs that are on sale. We've got strawberries that are half price. We've got geraniums that are $1.79 instead of $4 1/4. So some really great prices there. Some wonderful Fertilome and Hi-Yield products. We've been talking about a few of those that are on sale, like our tree and shrub drench, $5 off a quart or $10 off a gallon right now. Got a special introductory price on our Fungicide 5. Our hanging basket secret formula has the all-purpose and the blooming and rooting in there. Got some great deals on the 8-ounce and the 1.5-pound bags. So some really great pricing. Pricing has come down on those.
That's right.
Which is really, really nice.
That's right.
The fertilizer prices got so high the last couple of years. And it's nice to see those creeping back to a normal range.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
they scared us there for a little bit, but we're back to normal.
Yep, exactly. So open house this weekend. I've got amazing prices on some potting soil. Ames tools, all our Ames tools are 20% off. We've got watering cans on sale. Garden hats are 25% off. And I've got a coupon for a full flat of flowers that are $19.99, usually $32. So $19.99 instead of $32 for a full flat of petunias or marigolds or alyssum or lobelia, marigolds. I've got a whole bunch of different ones in the pony pack. So if they're in the small 4 per cell pony packs. There's 48 to a flat, $20 for a flat of those. And then coming up in the next couple weeks, we've got our planting event on the 27th. So that's next weekend, so a week from today. You can call in and still get some reservations to come in and participate in our planting event. But the reservations are getting full. So if you want to do that, make sure and call in today, and we'll try and work you into our already busy schedule for next Saturday. And Compost Tea Party is the 26th, so that's next Friday. So if you haven't got your gallon or 2.5 gallon containers for compost tea and free refills all summer long, next weekend is Compost Tea Party. So it's the time to come in, and hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, we'll have a root beer fountain going as well too. So
go with it.
Yeah, so you get your compost tea, which looks like root beer, and a drink of root beer while you're there, which looks like compost tea. And so don't get the two mixed up.
They have a very distinct, different smell.
They do smell different. Yes,
compost tea.
The compost tea does not smell like
smell.
root beer. That is for sure. So definitely do some sniffing before you do some drinking. So that's how that works. And then we've got our Mother's Day scavenger hunt event, which is coming up the 3rd and 4th of May. So we have a whole bunch of businesses downtown that are participating. On the 3rd and 4th of May, we've got the scavenger hunt going, and it's going to take you an hour to 2 hours to complete. So plan on some time to do it. But we're giving away a grand prize. It's worth about $900 gift package from all the businesses that are participating. We want you to get used to what kind of experience downtown. Bring your mom. This is a Mother's Day activity, so we want to get those moms involved as well too. And come downtown and have some fun. Grab a little snack, run around, check out some businesses. It's kind of trivia based, and there's some really cute poems that go along with it, and some riddles that you'll have to solve. So it's interactive. You've got a little bit of work to do, but you'll be entered in to win our grand prize if you complete the scavenger hunt. So.
Or if mom wants a couple hours of peace and quiet, Dad, take the kids and go do the scavenger hunt.
Awesome. That sounds really good. Hey, downtown today, there's another event going on as well, too. So I think Meraki Floral is opening up today at the old Sinclair on First East and Center Street. And I think their little event starts at 10 o'clock today, too.
Okay.
So there is some fun stuff happening downtown. So come down to Anderson's, enjoy spring.
Yeah.
And then you can go
and then walk up
maybe
to the
check out some
shop.
cut flowers up there as well, too. Yeah. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So we've got some calls.
We do.
Oh, and we do have prizes to give away today, too. So we have about 20 minutes left in the show. So if you call in, you will be in our drawing to win some prizes today, too. So we're going to give away a full flat of pansies, which are on sale today as well, too. So $14 for a full flat of pansies. So one of our lucky callers is going to get a full flat of pansies. And then we have a Sunny Day Garden Kit, which Tiffany from BFG brought. And it's got some really cute things in there. It's got a pruner. It's got a watering can. Not a watering can, like a watering attachment. It's got a bunch of other Sunny Day really cute things in there. Some gum, a dish towel. There's some hand softener. There's some Arbor plant fertilizer as well, too. So it's our Sunny Day Gardening Kit. So call in with your questions or comments. We'll enter you in for the drawing for our prizes for today, and hopefully we'll get your questions answered as well, too. So not too bad. Daniel?
Yeah, so another thing that a lot of customers came in yesterday, what do I do with my fruit trees right now? They're not having any problems.
Yeah.
But they're just wanting to know, what should I be doing now for those fruit trees?
To try and prevent.
Yeah, a lot of people wanting to pick up dormant sprays. So how much longer can people actually spray dormant spray?
As long as their blossoms haven't opened.
There you go.
They could do their dormant spray still.
Yep. So that's on a lot of people's minds. They know they need to do something. They're just not sure what,
And then for our stone fruits, we're going to spray those with the fungicide right after the blossoms drop off. For shot hole fungus, crinium blight, peach leaf curl, bacterial bud blight, right after the blossoms are gone, you can use the fungicide 5 or the copper fungicide from Fertilome, and they're both natural. They're both in the green line.
And again, prevention.
Yeah,
prevention. Yep, that's right.
And fire blight for your apples and pears. So a fire blight spray from Fertilome is going to be your best bet while they're in bloom. Mm-hmm. So we're going to spray those while they're in bloom, and that's going to prevent fire blight from getting into your tree.
Yeah, there's not many products that you spray while they're blooming.
Yeah,
but
that one is.
That's whenever the blight can get into the tree.
Streptomycin sulfate's the active ingredient. Will not hurt your bees. In fact, it keeps them from getting bronchitis. So So no bronchitis in the bees, but they actually pick up the fire blight bacteria and they'll spread it around from blossom to blossom. So this kind of inoculates the tree so that it's not infected during the bloom period. You're going to use that joke somewhere else, aren't you?
I absolutely am. You couldn't see me, but I was laughing. That was great.
So fire blight prevention while they're in bloom. Other diseases on your stone fruits right after they're done blooming. Right. And fortunately, Fertilome has some really great products to try and take care of that. So,
yeah. And then soon after, we start looking at spinosad soap again. Preventing the,
And fortunately, Utah State is right here in Cache Valley, and they put traps up all over the state, and they monitor the flights of codling moth. So they will post, and we will repost the information when it's time to spray in Cache Valley.
Very good.
And so it's generally the first week of June. Sometimes the last week of May to do that, and so we've got a month and a half to worry about that. But we got a lot of callers.
We do.
Yeah, we got a lot of callers.
Let's go right out to the phone. We have Todd joining us first on the line. Todd, welcome to the Garden Guide.
Good morning, my friends. How are you?
Doing great, Todd. How about you?
Doing good. I'm missing your open house, though.
What?
I know. My wife had duty down in Salt Lake.
Oh, it happens. It happens. I'll save a flat of pansies for you.
I know you will. And I appreciate Doug and his products.
Yes, Daniel.
Whatever.
Yes,
I've been around Doug all week, so that's probably
that's
why.
okay. And Doug is there also. So Doug's one of our sales supervisors from BFG. So we have Tiffany and John and Doug and Daniel there today. So I have a crew of helpers today. So
that's what it sounds like. What it sounds like.
So
I just want to ask. Whatever his name is from Fertilome. You see,
Daniel.
I have it's my 60-plus memory. It's going.
Oh, you're not even 60-plus. Don't even say that. So
I'm just giving you that. Anyway, with the Fertilome drench and stuff, that you said that you do it on tax day.
That's correct.
Well, I do mine the 1st of April. Is that going to matter?
Not at all. As long as the ground's not frozen, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I choose tax day just because it's a good day for me to be able to remember. I typically am able to put it down, but if I would have had snow coming down that day or something, I would have just delayed it by a few days. Yeah. But we just want you to be able to be consistent. In fact, I used to put it down in the fall.
Yeah.
It was kind of a thing that I did in the fall, and now I've switched to spring. But as long as you're putting it down whenever the ground's not frozen, you're good to go. So.
Okay, so it's not going to hurt it if it does get frozen, is it?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
Not at all.
And if your trees are really tall, say you have some 40-foot trees, you got to get it on earlier because it's going to take 40 days to get up to the top. And if the aphids hit on the 10th of May, then
it's the ones in the farm strips I'm worried about.
Yeah. So, and your trees aren't that big, Todd. So you'll be good.
Yeah, and then I actually put it in my lilacs. Would that work?
Awesome. Yeah, for lilac borer, awesome. Yeah, very good for lilac borer. And we will see.
Go ahead.
I was going to say we will see leaf hoppers in the lilacs too. So good planning.
Okay, and what was that product that Will said he was using for his raspberries?
That's the fruit tree food from Fertilome.
Yeah, fruit, citrus, and pecan food.
Yeah.
And Mark, you've also got a product by Hi-Yield that you like to recommend for raspberries.
The Iron Plus.
Yeah.
Yep. And we got special pricing this weekend on the Iron Plus because it's got nitrogen, sulfur, and iron in there, which is everything that the raspberries really want. Because the sulfur brings the pH down. Mm-hmm. They need the iron and then the nitrogen to make them grow like crazy and produce fruit.
Yeah. So you've got lots of options.
Yeah.
I keep cutting you guys off. I apologize.
No, you're good, Todd. You're good.
Okay, and I have a miracle story to tell you.
Okay. You got to make it quick because we got like 4 people waiting to get on.
Yeah. Out of my 10 raspberry plants that I thought had died.
Yes.
5 came back.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's good. I've got growth coming from below some of my canes that look like they're totally dead.
Yeah, that's what mine came from.
So canes kind of died back this fall, and I've got tons of new growth coming up, so I'm very excited.
That's the importance of having a good, healthy root system.
Yeah. So got the roots established, but those little canes just kind of died back from last year, so it's all good.
Yeah, so I'll have to use what Will used and see if another miracle happens.
There we go. So compost TM that really gets the root system going.
Good compost.
And then a good fertilizer, and away we go, Todd.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Have a great weekend, Todd.
You too. We'll see you this week.
All right.
All right, our next caller, Lori, joining us on the line. Lori, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. You were saying that you spray apples and pears for fire blight while they're in bloom, but is that at night after the bees have gone home, or
early morning or evening would work great when the bees aren't present.
Okay.
But the fire blight spray, the streptomycin, is non-toxic for the bees, so it won't hurt the bees. It's an antibiotic. That's what I was saying. They won't get bronchitis.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember taking streptomycin when I was a kid. So yeah.
So you're talking about streptomycin that you put on there.
Correct. For the fire blight spray.
Okay. So is there any other kind of spray you could use for that as well?
The copper.
The copper soap.
Yeah.
Yep.
The copper soap works great too. And so you can use the copper soap. And then we've also got garden foss from Monterey. But the garden foss I like to do as a trunk treatment instead of spray while the blossoms are open. But the copper fungicide and the Fertilome fire blight spray, you want to spray while they're in bloom. And then if it rains during bloom season, do it right after it's done raining as well too.
Okay. And my other question was, you were talking about spider mites, and I cannot grow marigolds here because the spider mites just eat them alive. And can you use that spinosad soap?
Yep. That is absolutely true. Yep. Yeah. And the great thing about spinosad soap is it's non-toxic to your beneficials.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, great.
It's not toxic to what?
Your beneficial insects, so it won't hurt bees or praying mantis or lady beetles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For a product to be this effective and to be organic and OMRI certified is just it's top of my list.
Yeah, it's an outstanding product. So it'll kill your spider mites. So you can treat your marigolds even if they're blooming, and if you happen to spray the blossoms, it won't bother your bees at all.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I still spray in the evening when the bees have gone home. That way, the spinosad will have plenty of time to dry before the bees get active again, because if they pick it up while it's wet, they will take it back to the hive with them, and if they come in contact with the larva, it can kill the larva in the hive. And so definitely spray in the evening with your spinosad soap if you're going to be getting the flowers, like the blossoms where the pollen is. That way, it definitely won't hurt your bees.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Lori?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're so welcome. Thanks for calling this morning, Lori.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, and that frees up a phone line, 753-5868, 1-800-369-5868. If you have a question, comment for Mark or Daniel. And let's go back out to the phone lines. Our next caller, Christine, joining us on the line. Christine, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. How are you guys today?
Doing great today. Daniel's over here just laughing, having a good time. What can we do?
I have two questions, and I probably have two questions every year.
Yeah, that's all right.
In my flower bed, the wild grass is taking over,
Yes.
Everything else comes up, and that beats it up. Can I spray over the top yet?
It's still a little early. We like to see temperatures, somewhere in the 60s to 90s. If we get a stretch of a couple of warm days, go ahead and spray.
Which we're getting, which we're getting, yeah.
So go ahead and apply it. Just, manage your expectations. Know that it's still a little early for this product, but you'll be there soon enough. The weather conditions will be right very, very soon. It
usually works best when the grass is actively growing.
That's right.
And it's just kind of getting there, and our daytime temperatures are just reaching the perfect temperature.
Yep.
So I think we're right there.
And be sure to use that spreader sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have spreader stickers. So in the meantime, I just watch it grow up with my flowers.
We've got 70-degree temperatures this week. So like today it's supposed to be like high 60s, 70 tomorrow, maybe 70 on Monday. I think if you sprayed your first application this weekend, you'd be like spot on.
There you go.
Okay, I'm writing notes.
Wonderful.
Then the other one I have a backyard that's spotted. It's grass because of dogs. Do I just fertilize it, or
Lots of lots of customers are coming in and they have dog spots because they have dogs, and that just kind of happens. The humic does a great job to help neutralize that, but also to get your grass to recover faster. It'll recover in close to half the time if you use the humic on it to what it usually takes.
Yeah, get that microbial activity really going, and
it'll help break down the salts that are in there as well too. And then there's a really cool product out there that's called Dog Spot Remover that is a liquid, and it comes in a hose end, and you can spray it in the areas where your pets like to go, and it will neutralize the urine, and it'll also prevent the damage from showing up in the first place. And so that's a really cool product you can use once a month throughout the summer season, and it will prevent the damage from showing up in the first place. But the humic really does a great job at helping it recover where it has been damaged already.
And then my son has planted some new grass last fall in his body, but I don't know what happened there. So I just used I think I bought last year some new fertilizer.
Yeah, like the new lawn starter. Yeah.
Yeah. Just put that out there.
That'd be great.
I've been hoping it would rain so I wouldn't have to turn on my sprinklers.
The new lawn starter comes in what? 4-pound bags, 10-pound bags?
That's right.
20-pound bag.
Yep. And it's going to focus on root growth, not the above ground growth. We want to get those roots established before we get that grass really growing.
Yeah. Great product to get started.
I think I have some in the shed. I'll have to go look. Do you have this Dog Spot?
I do. I'd be glad to show it to you if you come in.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time.
You're so welcome.
You guys are great. Thanks. You helped me save a lot of things.
Very good. Thanks for calling.
Have a great day.
Yep. Thanks for calling, Christine.
All right. And Tammy's joining us on the line. Tammy, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was wondering, is Utah State doing their water checks again this year?
You know, we have our fingers crossed that they're going to do it again this year. They have not released any information. It all depends on funding and where they decide to send the money to. But I am hoping that they'll be doing that again this year. I will double check and see if we can start promoting that again. That's such a great service.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
That's
all right, thank
awesome
you.
Service. You're so welcome, Tammy. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yep. Okay, goodbye.
We'll see you.
Okay, we have 4 minutes left. Might be able to squeeze in one more call, but we're going to be announcing the winners here in just a minute as well.
Yes.
And before we announce the winners, let's just remind everybody what's happening today at Anderson Seed and Garden with the Spring Open House and some of the discounts that they can get.
Spring Open House at Anderson Seed and Garden. So lots of great deals on all kinds of plants. So we've got $2 off on 4-inch herbs. Jumbo 6-pack strawberries are half price. Geraniums are $1.79 instead of $4 1/4, so really great price on those. We've got a whole bunch of large gallon size tomatoes that are $5, and they're beautiful. 10-inch hanging baskets, $19 instead of $29, so $10 off on those. Garden hats are 25% off. 12-quart soils from Fox Farm, like the Ocean Forest and the Happy Frog, they are $7.99, so $2 off. They're regularly $10. Ames Tools, 20% off. That includes our Razorback, our Pony, and our True Temper tools as well, too. 20% off on all those long-handled as well as short-handled tools. My favorite soaker hose is on sale, $19.99 instead of $30. I've got a coupon for flat of Pony Pack flowers, so 48 flowers to a flat. They're $20 instead of $32, so some really great deals going on, and a whole bunch of Fertilome and Hi-Yield products with special pricing. Daniel, thank you.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, you got a great price on the RTU weed-free zone.
Yes.
Ready to use. I was very impressed with that.
$6.99.
That's a great deal.
That's kind of like our throwback to 5 years ago. Because that's what we were selling it for 5 years ago.
Wow. How times have changed.
I know, dang it.
Before fertilizers started to go up.
Yeah, how rude. Mother's Day scavenger hunt, don't forget about that. It is May 3rd through the 4th. It's going to take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete. It takes you all over downtown, lots of different businesses, a little bit of work on your part. You're going to have to answer some riddles and figure out some trivia, learn about some different things going on downtown. But it's going to be a lot of fun. $900 grand prize to one of our lucky winners will be everybody who completes it will be entered into the drawing for that grand prize.
Okay.
So that'll be great. Planting event on the 27th, compost tea party next Friday on the 26th. open house this weekend. It's just like, it's that time of year where we're just having so much fun at Anderson's.
All right.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
We have 2 prizes to give away.
We do.
So what we'll do is I've taken all of our callers and put a number by them. Okay. So, Daniel, your number between 1 and 4.
Ooh, my favorite number is 4.
Okay, you're going to go with 4 and 1 and 4. Mark?
2.
Okay, so that leaves us with the gift basket going to Christine.
All right.
And the pansies?
Yes, a flat of pansies.
Going to Todd.
All right, very good. Very good. See, Todd,
So,
I told you I would save a flat of pansies
he was
for
fourth.
you.
That's right. Christine was second. So perfect. And for our winners, just stop by Anderson Seed and Garden today. You can pick up those prizes.
Yes.
And we'll have them under their full name there at the store.
Wonderful. The Sunny Day basket and a flat of pansies. Daniel, thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's been great to have you. And as usual, Will, thank you so much.
Hey, we'll be back again next week to take more of your calls and your questions. In the meantime, if you want to go back and listen to previous shows, you can visit our website, kvnutalk.com, and click on the podcast link to enjoy more of the Garden Guide.
Stimulating talk you want. Information and news you need. News Talk KVNU Logan, 610 AM and 102.1 FM.